بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. نور مولانا شاہ کریم حسینی ہاشمہ. A kalam, the title is a Persian kalam, the title is Girya Hosari. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Basi muhtaj nacharam ضعیف و زار و بیمارم علی اللہ مدد فرما علی اللہ مدد فرما زینا شکری خجل گشتم زیسیان مزمحل گشتم علی اللہ مدد فرما علی اللہ مدد فرما مدام الوقت رنجورم بیاؤنا لمجبورم علی اللہ مدد فرما علی اللہ مدد فرما بخواب و خور جو حیوانم زنادانی کے نادانم علی اللہ مدد فرما علی اللہ مدد فرما طبیب آسمانی تو حکیم عقل و جانی تو علی اللہ مدد فرما علی اللہ مدد فرما سوار بر کے نوری تو کہ نور کو ہے توری تو علی اللہ مدد فرما علی اللہ مدد فرما شاہ شاہان دو عالم شاہ شاہان دو عالم تو بودی خالق آدم علی اللہ مدد فرما علی اللہ مدد فرما دریغ از وطن دورم زی خوش قام و مہجورم علی اللہ مدد فرما علی اللہ مدد فرما نصیرم من گدائے تو تن و جانم فدائے تو علی اللہ مدد فرما علی اللہ مدد فرما یا مقلب القلوب 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 یا مقلب Ya Mola Meherban, Ya Mushkil Kusha Meherban Mola, we gather here every weekend Mola, early in the morning Mola, Ya Mola, with this desire to learn your Farman, understand your Farman Mola, Ya Mola, but if we only understand it and do not apply it on ourselves Mola, how will that work be done Mola, Ya Mola, Ya Mola. Ya Mushkil Kusha Meherban Mola, please help us Mola. Ya Mushkil Kusha Meherban, please help us Mola. We are very, very weak Mola. Ya Mola, we really need your help to walk on this path Mola. Ya Mola Meherban, Ya Mushkil Kusha Meherban Mola. Ya Mola, we do claim that we love you Mola. Ya Mola, but we let help us become sincere in our saying, Mola, genuine in our saying, prove it by actions, Mola. Ya Mola, help us understand this knowledge, Mola. Ya Mola, let it ingrained in our heart, Mola. Ya Mola, Ya Mola, Ya Mushkil Kusha, Mola. Ya Mola, we pray for all Jama'ati members, Mola. Mushkil Asan for them, Mola. Ya Mola, let them become hakikati in this deen. Let them have this knowledge, and with this knowledge, Mola, Ya Mola, they can elevate in their ranks, Mola, and bless them with Zahiri, Batini, Nurani, Didar, Mola, Ya Mola, Ya Mushkil Kusha. Bring peace to humanity, Mola. Ya Mola, let us all live in this planet, Mola, with a brotherhood, Mola. Ya Mola, accept and have inclusive, worldly life, Mola. Accept diversity, have pluralism, Mola. Ya Mola, let our Jama'at be the role model for the whole world, Mola. Let us be united under the umbrella of Imam, Mola. Ya Mola Meherban, Ya Mushkil Kusha Meherban, Mola, and give us courage, Mola. Ya Mola, which you require from us to work on these things, Mola, Ya Mola, Ya Mola, but we are very weak, Mola. We seek mercy from you, we seek courage from you, we seek understanding from you, Mola. Everything comes from you, Mola. And we accept we are very weak, Mola, very feeble, Mola. Ya Mola, Ya Mola, Ya Mola. Please accept our Girya Usari, our zikr, our dua in your huzur, Purnur Mola. Ameen, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Shukrillah, Alhamdulillah, Shukrillah, Alhamdulillah. Yeah, Ali Madad to all friends. Today we start new Farman. Farman number 38th, Jangwar, July 30th, 1899. All right, so let me. हक मौलाना धनी सलामत दातार सरकार आका सुल्तान मोहम्मद शाह हसीमा में फरमावियो सलवात पढ़ो अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला मोहम्मद व आल मोहम्मद पंजे भाइयों ए धर्म ક્રિયામાં સાબિત રહેવું તમે જ્ઞાન શીખો અને બીજાઓને શીખાવો તમે જ્ઞાન પડો તેનો અર્થ સમજશો તો ફાયદો થશે જો અર્થ નહીં સમજ્યો તો કાંઈ ફાયદો નથી જ્ઞાન વાંચવા અને અર્થ નહીં સમજવા એ તો ગધેડા કૂતરા બકે છે તે પ્રમાણે થયું માટે જ્ઞાન વાંચો અને તેના ભેદ સમજો. So in this Farman, Imam is talking to Jamaat, Panje Bhaiyo, all Jamaati members are together. And Imam is guiding us that in your dharam, in your tariqa, whatever kirya we do, remain strong, firm in doing those kirya. And then immediately he says that when you learn Ginan, teach it to others. Read Ginan. but get the meaning also. Then अर्थ समझो. If you will learn the meaning of it, then you will benefit from it. If you will not understand the meaning, then there is no benefit at all. If you read Ginan, but if you don't understand it, it is like donkey and dogs who may make sound, right? They bark, or the donkey makes a sound, but there is no benefit. If we are saying Ginans without understanding, it is as if it is the sound of donkey and dogs. It will be just like that. Therefore, you have to understand the secrets which are hidden in the Ginan. Now we have to look at this Farman in the context. Remember, this is still the same Jama'at, Jangbar, who yesterday got a long Farman about understanding Quran, which we took 2 classes to finish, right? Discuss that. So Imam now is emphasizing Ginan. How sad it is that when we listen to this Ginan, there are members who will take only this Ginan and always refer to this Ginan, this Farman, that we have to understand Ginan. But look at Imam and look at the book when we study the book. It is the same Jamaat. Imam gave such a strict teaching about Quran and now about Ginan. So, Imam is teaching step by step. First, he emphasized about learning the Quran, and now today he's talking about Ginan. So, talking to one Jamaat, teaching them both the aspects. So, we realize that we need to learn Quran, we need to learn Ginan, and when we understand Ginans, then only we can receive the secrets which are hidden in the Ginan. And in my limited experience, I can tell you that when you study Quran and after that you come back to Ginan, you will be able to understand many more secrets in Ginan which are hidden. You will be able to realize and attain much higher knowledge and understanding from the Ginans, because Ginans are also, they talk about Tawil, but not in that much open way, the way today we are able to study the Tawilat of Quran. So Ginans have very many secrets which we have not understood because we don't know Quran. So Imam is talking to same Jamaat. First he told them about the importance of Quran, and today he chooses to speak about Ginans. And look at his words. If we are singing Ginan, which we know, how many of us, love to sing Ginan. If we are singing and if we don't understand the meaning, not translations, meaning of it, then it is like donkey or dog. So can you imagine if anybody sings in Jamaat Khana Ginan, you ask them the meaning, they won't know it. Many of them will not know it. Have we read this Farman and have we made it our intention to learn these Ginans with its meaning? Again, it's a question we all have to ask ourselves, right? Individually. તમે હિન્દુ હતા ત્યારે વખતને અનુસાર આસ્તે આસ્તે તમોને સમજણ આપવામાં આવી. જો તરત તે વખતે કહેવામાં આવતે કે મુસલમાન થયા છો, તમે કબૂલ નહીં કરત. મુસલમાન થાવ તો તમે કબૂલ નહીં કરત, પણ આસ્તે આસ્તે સમજાવીને તમને મુસલમાન કરવામાં આવ્યા. Very important paragraph. Because guess what? In our Jamaat, still our Jamaati members listen to Hindu Bhagat. Very many Jamaati members listen to Hindu Bhagat to understand our Somali Tariqa. And Imam is very clearly saying we are not Hindu, we are Muslims, Musalman. So as Muslims, our book is Quran. So we have to understand, our books. Now, I'm not saying that you leave Hindu Bhagat and start listening to Maulvis the way people listen to, on TV or YouTube. I'm not saying that. Please understand that we have to seek knowledge from our own teachers and scholars, not outside. Study our tariqa in great detail, develop benchmarks, have standards. And then when you go out to study other religion or from others, talk to others, then it makes, sense to do that. Otherwise, it is leading our own selves to harm's way. So it is very important that Imam is even teaching us that when Jamaat was following Hindu tariqa, step by step, slowly, gradually was, teaching given to them that you are Muslims, right? And even today, due to Ginan, which is our beautiful traditions, because of the language, because of the concepts which were used at that time, it was related to do that. Jamaat still goes to that direction, studying the books of Hindus and not realizing and understanding that Quran is our book. So this we have emphasized it so many times. I don't think we need to emphasize. But look at Imam, he constantly teaches us, guides us, repeatedly guiding us because he knows that some of us still do not understand what Imam is saying. And it is interesting that it is 100 years after we are discussing this Farman and we still find the same problem existing in Jamaat. So Imam's hidayat is that whenever we teach, even in today's time, we have to teach step by step and slowly and gradually bring them to level which they can digest, they can study and they can grow. It is all about helping Jamaat grow in this knowledge. Make them realize that learning is must, continue education is must. Imam has told us learn, 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 learn and learn, right? So we all remember and that's why we are here. And we are truly blessed that we realize that we need to learn. તમને જે જ્ઞાનો આપ્યા છે તે સમજીને પડવા જોઈએ અને એકબીજાને શીખવા જોઈએ. We have Ginan classes. We do teach it to Jamaat, to each other, those who know. And yes, we need to learn to sing it as well. But if we only have classes about singing the Ginans, learning the Ginans, what about understanding the Ginans? So Imam is saying that those who know among ourselves, we, Jamaati members, they need to teach it because we need to learn the meaning of the Ginans as well. જે ઇમામોનો વારો હોય તેના ફરમાન ઉપર ચાલશો તો તમને ફાયદો થશે. Now this is again very important hidayat. Imam is saying follow the farmans of the Hazir Jama. Follow the farmans of the Hazir Jama. So this Jama is not Hazir and we are reading his farman. That would be the question, right? So let me remind us all that Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah, he has said in other farman that in my 70 years of imamat, I have changed my farman 70 times. So Imam, according to the time, he changes the farman. And of course, the Hazir Jama is the one who guides us according to the time. But then, when the reason we are studying Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah's farman, because we are hoping to understand our tariqa. Farman's understanding, when you look at the farmans, you can divide it into 4 categories, right? Farmans are history-based, history lessons. Farmans are location-based. And farmans are about our worldly progress and about our spiritual progress. This Kalam-i Imam-i Mubin part, this part which we are studying, it is to do with our spiritual progress. And spiritual progress does not change. It has not changed yesterday or even in the time of Prophet Muhammad. It is the same thing which is in current Imam too. So when we study Farmans, we have to understand that there are some aspects which are related to history. So we go into history lessons. Location-wise, for example, we give this example commonly about Ugandan Jamaat, right? When Imam said that you need to move, Jamaat moved. Today, Uganda has a big Jamaat, but they don't need to move because the Farman of Hazir Imam, Hazir Jama was in Idi Amin's time to leave Uganda. It won't apply. It is Hazir Imam's Jama. So we have to use our intellect to realize that, which Farman to follow and which Farman to not, understand, not follow, not in that way, but to understand that it is not applicable in today's time. So very important understanding we need to have when we study Farmans. Another important aspect which I would like to mention here, in relation to Hazrat Imam's Farman, when he sat on the Gadi in 1957, he clearly said that I would like to follow the footsteps of my grandfather. And when Imam says it to, do the work of Imamat, to follow the footsteps of Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah, we as Jama'at have to understand this is guidance from Hazrat Imam. This is guidance from Hazrat Imam. He does not need to tell us that he's going to follow the footsteps of Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah. And he says that I'll dedicate my life. Imam is Imam. But what Imam is teaching us, that we need to also understand Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah's Farami and walk on the guidance given for us to be understanding, following our tariqah in its totality. So we have to realize that we need to study the Farman, but intellectually realize that where it is applicable and where it is not applicable, in the sense of, we took the example of location. According to time, Farmans are changed by the same Juma and by the next Juma. Another example I would give you is Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah in his Faramin. He has said that marry the girls when they are 13, 14 years old, or boys 15, 16 years old. Look at Hazrat Imam's Farman. Imam says, even if you are 30 years old and you're not standing on your feet, do not rush to get married. First be, independent economically, financially, be something, and then look for a partner. Completely different Farman. So we are not going to go back to Imam Sultan Ahmad Shah's guidance, because it is not, it is now, superseded by Hazrat Imam's Farman. So any context we are looking at it, we have to of course look at Hazrat Imam's Farman. Another important example, because this is very important things to remember, because you will hear these arguments whenever you discuss this Farman, right? Because you are interested, you are learning these Faramin, and you talk to Jama'ati members who are not aware of these things. They will give you rational, and you should be able to reply back to them with different examples. So another very important example is that we will find Faramins about the Son by Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah. Today we will not. It is not that Imam is not saying to pay the Son. He's saying follow the ethics of Islam, and Zakat is the part of Islam. But there are Jama'ati members who I have personally talked to through these classes. They do not pay the Son because there is no Farman of Hazrat Imam. So now I hope that those who continue to come to these classes, they have awareness that the Son is must. But there are people who have fallen back because we somehow do not study Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah's Farman. So these are very critical points that we have to realize and understand, that we cannot take one line out of the context and apply it, over everything. So we have to be really, smart and intellectuals and in this understanding. And we have that intelligence. I don't doubt that we don't have it. It is sometimes, being deceived by the carnal soul and shaitan, and we take things out of the context to follow the Faramis based on convenience and not conviction. So humbly, this was just a background, because this is a very, very important point, and we all have to be equipped with its understanding when we are spending time here in learning and understanding the Farmans. असल में तौरात ज़बूर फुरकान ए सर्वे किताबो जुदी जुदी कौमों ऊपर जुदी जुदे वक़्ते नाजिल थई हती ते सर्वे सत्य हती. Very important part, guidance. Imam is saying Taurat, which was revealed to Hazrat Musa alayhi salam, Zabur, Psalms, which is a book of Hazrat Dawood alayhi salam, and Furqan is the name of Quran, because Quran itself talks about that we have revealed Furqan on Prophet Muhammad. Meaning of Furqan is wisdom as well, and Furqan is also related to Quran. So this is beautiful word actually, which we should study from Quranic verse. and understand the meaning of Furqan. In itself, it's a whole topic actually. So Imam is saying that these are different names which we are reading here, and they were all revealed to different in different time to different nations. But these all books were truth, Satya Hati. They were correct and haq, right? કુરાને શરીફ પણ સત્ય હતું, પરંતુ ખલીફા ઉસ્માનના વખતમાં તેમાં ફેરફાર કરી નાખવામાં આવ્યો છે. And Imam is again referring to Quran that it is again the true book, but in the time of Khalifa Osman, there were some changes which were made. And then Imam continues to say, આગળના બોલો પાછળ અને પાછળના બોલો આગળ રાખવામાં આવ્યા છે. આ બાબતો સર્વે ખુલાસા તમને દેખાડશું. Very interestingly, today if you were to study Quran is not in the sequence the way it was revealed. In the time of Hazrat this Khalifa Usman, what they did was to change the sequence of Quran based on making it easier for readers to read in 30 days. The focus was Shariat. The focus of changing, the reason of changing the Quran was Shariat, because um, the thinking was that Quran was revealed in the time of Ramzan, and Ramzan has 30 days. It's a 30 days month, and they want to read the whole Quran within 30 days. So how to make it easier for everybody to be able to read it in 30 days? So the focus, the sequence Quran we have today, it is based on the focus of making it in equal 30 sections. It is not the way God had revealed to Prophet Muhammad. It is based on the 30 sections, and each section has its title. The first verse we start, they would remember it. They would call it like, I am on that section, I am on that section. And because they memorize it as well, so they will be able to, when they say it, you will exactly know which section of the Quran they are talking about. So what they did, they took the big chapters. They started with Surah Hum, which is the most important verse, and it was revealed 7 times to the Prophet. No other verses or chapters have been really revealed to Prophet 7 times except Surah Fatiha. So Surah Fatiha is part of namaz, Surah Fatiha is part of dua. Without Surah Fatiha, our prayers are not complete. So there is, again, it is another topic, very, very long topic of Surah Fatiha. So Surah Fatiha was revealed 7 times. So according to its importance, it has been kept in the beginning of the Quran. But after that, Surah Baqarah, which is like very long, 286 verses, and each verses are long verses. And then we have Surah Al Imran, another long verse, long chapter. But when you go towards the end, you'll find chapters with 4, 5 verses, very, very small chapters. So again, the focus was that in the beginning of the intention of reading the Quran in 30 days, complete the big chunks of it, and then it continues to go and becomes very, very smaller. But it is an equal parts division in 30 days, and that's what Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah is telling us, that the beginning parts were kept in the front, and front parts, it's all mixed. It's really, really a mix. And those who are interested now, Dr. Fakir Muhammad Hunzai has developed a document which shows to us that exactly which one was revealed where and in what sequence. So that document, I'm sure it's available, but that comes for us to study in a very later time when we have studied the whole Quran. So it doesn't matter in reality what the sequence is, but when we are studying the verses and focusing on the tawilat, that's what matters for us. The journey begins there. The Imam is guiding us. તમને જ્ઞાનની માયનામાં સમજણ પડતી ના હોય તો અમને પૂછો, અમે તમને ખુલાસો સમજાવશું. અમે અત્રે અહીંયા છીએ તે તમારો સુધારો કરવા તથા તમારા જીવનો છુટકારો કરવા આવ્યા છીએ. Very beautifully, Imam is saying that if you don't understand the Ginan, ask me. I'm here. I'll teach you. At that time, Jama'at could even do that. And then Imam, very, very importantly, Imam is saying that I have come to this world to help you progress, to improve you. The literal translation would be to improve you. Improve in what sense? It's about our souls, to improve the status of our souls so we can elevate. And he says that I have come here to take you to salvation. તમે એકબીજાની મદદ કરો, એકબીજાને ચાહો અને એકબીજાની ખિદમત કરો, તેમાં તમને ઘણો ફાયદો છે. Now again, this is very interesting. Imam is telling us about Panje Bhayu, and then he says, I will teach you, and I have come here to help you improve, grow, progress, and I have come to take you to salvation. Immediately then his hidayat is that among ourselves, each other, help out each other. And ek bijane chaho, love each other, care for each other, and serve each other. Then you will have great benefit. Immediately after saying that I have come for your salvation, his guidance is love each other, help each other, serve each other. Do not think this is just for the sake of having brotherhood. It is much deeper, it is much more. We have to really reflect on it. The way sometimes you would hear, some friends would refer that whenever you see each other, see soul friends. When we are able to understand these paramins with knowledge, and when we look at each other and understand that it is about loving each other, finding the soul in each other, helping each other grow, serving each other, that is actually a very um, um, I really find it difficult to really use very strong word to say that it is so profound, this Farman, that we have to realize that among ourselves, in each other, there is so much we can learn and grow and reach to salvation when we among ourselves have this understanding to serve each other, to love each other, to help each other. Very, very profound teaching here. તમને સર્વે જાહેરી કામ જોઈએ છીએ, બાતુની કામમાં તમે કાંઈ ध्यान આપતા નથી. My mind is here. When I'm saying it's profound, I do want to tell you one thing, because you have been coming regularly and I think it is good to share an understanding which is higher. This concept of salvation, chutkaro, we think that we will be reaching to salvation there. But even salvation is in darjat. Salvation is in darjat. When we love each other, when we are genuine and sincere, among ourselves, help each other, serve each other, and do not, focus on the flaws, weaknesses we see in each other. We all, when we work together, when we serve each other, we are able to see that we have some, weaknesses. But when we are able to move away the physical, dense body from our eyes, from our imagination, in our desire to serve and care for each other and look into the soul, it is as if we can fana in each other. Each other, we can make it a reason to reach to Imam by being merging with each other in terms of spirituality, learning, loving, serving. All these are very important aspects, because we are one Jama'at, and we truly know and realize and understand that we can fana in ourselves also. It is fanayat in each other that will learn, that will help us learn, and we will be able to realize the importance of submitting to Imam, serving the Imam. We think it is easier to submit to Imam or serve Imam. No, because among ourselves we have so much of ego, we have so much of issues. She does that or he does that, or we do not need to be doing that. If we will find the soul and being able to become humble and submit in each other, then only we will learn this skill. Actually, submission to each other is not easy. Everyone has their own individuality. When we say, Ya Mola, we give you tan man dhan, are we able to do that? even, the first example would come of couple in our mind, husband and wife. And if we are, in relationship and, together, how many issues do we find in submitting to each other? Then comes the relationship of parents and children. Children, obeying parents or submitting to parents. Or parents today understanding very different, generation due to this time. Children are very different. But understanding and serving and submitting, with intellect, uh, is very difficult. Do we think that it is easy to submit to Imam and merge in Imam? So these are all very important and profound teachings Imam is giving us if we really, really pay attention to it and realize its understanding. તમે સર્વે જાહેરી કામ જોઈએ છીએ બાતુની કામમાં તમે કાંઈ ધ્યાન આપતા નથી. See, this is so important that it seems that we are very interested in physicality, physical rituals, physical things. We are very, very interested in physical things. To some extent, they are important. Nobody is denying that. But it is all about the batin, which is hidden, which is not visible to us. What matters is batin, and we are not taking interest in that. Don't give heed to it. I don't, Imam is saying it again and again and again, that why do we not take interest in the batin, in the tawil, in the wisdom, which is not very evident to us. જાહેરી સગળું દુનિયાને લાગતું છે. તમે બાતુન ઉપર નિગાહ રાખો. જો તમને બાતુનને જોશો તો જ તમારા કામ થશે. Whatever we do in the physical life or physical things, yes, they are important for the worldly life. But the worldly life is temporary. Whatever do in the world, it is limited in its, scope. What is going to remain is our soul. And Imam is saying that you need to pay attention to your batin. If we are going to pay attention to our batin, our soul and its progress, then only the calm, the work, the purpose we have come with in this world, we will be able to achieve. So we all understand that, so I don't think I need to talk about it more. So let's read further and understand Imam's Hidayat. જ્યારે કુરાન શરીફ નાઝિલ થયો ત્યારે અરબ લોક હતા. આ વારને 1300 વર્ષ થઈ ગયા છે. તમને 700 વર્ષ ઉપર જ્ઞાન આપવામાં આવ્યા છે. તે બરાબર સમજીને વાંચો. જ્ઞાનની 4 તરહની માયના છે, તે બરાબર સમજીને વાંચો. તમને કોઈ ઠેકાણે સમજ ના પડે તો અમારી પાસે આવીને અમને પૂછો, અમે તેનો ખુલાસો કરી આપશું. Imam is giving us hidayat that Quran was revealed at that time, 1300 years ago, at that time on people of Arab country, right? And Ginans were taught 700 years ago by our peers. Imam is saying that you have to understand these things. Though they are so much in past, right? 13 or 1400 years ago, 700 years ago, 800 years ago now, if we have our, our teachings, our books and Ginans being given to us so many years, hundreds of years ago, Imam is saying today, understand its meaning and then you read it, recite it. Do not give just importance of its physical recitation. And then very interestingly, Imam is saying that Ginan has also 4 different levels of meaning. And we can say that it is, hidayat about shariat, about tariqat, about haqiqat and marifat. Remember, these are 4 stages of Sirat al-Mustaqim. And Sirat al-Mustaqim is a path on which we need to walk. And everybody starts the journey with shariat. But in the time of, Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah, when he announced the end time, and we do know that our tariqa is haqiqati tariqa. In today's time, we were studying in the book Jama'at Khana last week only about this concept of 4 levels. That in the time of Qiyamat, it is made easier for us to reach to Marifat. In the time of Prophet Muhammad, Shariat was 40% and Marifat was 15%. And it is completely opposite in today's time. In the end time, Marifat is 40%, meaning the Jama'ati members are capable because of so many reasons. Number one, that we are educated. We can study different books, different languages, and understand these books. We have books available to us. That is another reason. And we have realized the importance of intellect. And in today's time, the way Imam Sultan Muhammad Shah's Faramins are giving us so many glad tidings that this time, in end time, it has been made easy for us. And he has made it easy by giving us the key, and that is Isma Azam. Because without that key, we cannot progress. Even our Prophet, when he became Prophet, Natik, because he had the Isma Azam, along with the knowledge and all other, conditions. But the beginning, the most important key is Isma Azam. So Imam has openly given Isma Azam. As Imam has continued that, we saw in Diamond Jubilee how many thousands of people in one Jamaat got Isma Azam. So what we are learning that in Ginan, 4 levels, the path of Sirat Mustaqim was taught to us. In today's time, it is so much easier to reach to Marifat if we truly pay attention, understand the talimat given to us. So Imam in this Farman says that also Ginans are also teaching us at 4 different levels. If you properly study it and then recite it, samjhine vachu, understand it. Then if you don't understand any of it, do ask me. And in today's time, if we say, how would we ask? Haji Imam is not going to sit down with us and teach us. Today it is not possible. That means that Imam will not teach us when we ask. Ask him. He will teach you. You need to be able to see how he teaches you. Because he does not leave any seeker, without knowledge. Those who are true seekers and whatever they desire, they will be given that knowledge. જ્ઞાન પડે છે અને સમજતો નથી તેને કાંઈ પણ ફાયદો નથી. સ્વાયલી લોકોને તમે ગુજરાતી કિતાબ પઢીને સંભળાવો તો તે શું સમજી શકશે? અરબી ભાષા તમે જાણતા નથી અને કુરાન શરીફ વાંચો તો તમને શું સમજો? તમે એકનું બીજું સમજી બેસશો. જેઓની ભાષા છે તેઓને અમને તેઓની ભાષામાં ઇલ્મ આપેલું છે. Again, very profound teaching, right? Imam is saying that if you are studying Ginan, but if you don't understand, there'll be no benefit from studying Ginan or singing Ginan. Literally, there is no benefit, Imam is saying. Koi પણ ફાયદો નથી. Please read this. Koi પણ ફાયદો. These are not my words. This is Imam saying it. We will have no benefit if we will not understand the Ginan. So if we recite any Ginan verse without its understanding, there is no benefit. You may feel good in your heart, and yeah, we need good feeling as well, but how long we will remain with good feeling and not going further? So realize it is high time that we have to really, really seek knowledge to understand these concepts. And Ginan will not help, Ginan, if today somebody says, I want to understand Ginan first, I would say, stop. Please start with Quran today. Because today's time is very different. If you really want to understand the deeper meaning in the Ginan, start with Quran. And of course, Imam is saying, how would you understand Quran? Because it's in Arabic. And he gives example, because in Zanzibar at that time, being in Africa, Jama'at spoke Swahili. And Imam is saying, if you teach Swahili people, give them book of Gujrati, how will they understand? So lots of Jama'at in Africa don't understand Gujarati, and this initiative of this Farman study was based on the request from Africa Jamaat that they do not know Guju. I laughed when I heard that time Guju. I had never heard that, but it's interesting. So Jamaat do not understand Gujarati, and that's why we said, okay, let's discuss it in English so we can understand it better. So here Imam is talking about language. That when we don't understand the language, we don't understand Arabic, but that does not mean in today's time we are not being helped with all the resources possible. Can you imagine when we do our evening classes, the way we are able to, even in our Gujarati classes, we go to different Quranic online sites, we get transliteration, we get translations, and so much in there, being able to listen to the verses, to be able to pronounce it properly. So much of resources is available to Jamaat in 2024. This did not exist in 1899. It wasn't there. And when we look at the translations, there are so many languages, the translations are available. So today, those limitations which Jamaat had at that time do not exist at all. Because this is the time of Qiyamah. His blessings are here for us to benefit from it. So Imam is now emphasizing here that definitely language also plays a part. When we don't understand, it is very difficult. But in today's time, due to mercy of Imam, due to time of Qiyamah, I do say that they don't make even language your limitation, because it is not. If you are a genuine seeker, believe me, if you take Maula's name and come to the languages even when you don't understand, especially I tell my friends who understand Urdu more or Gujarati more, and we are in today's time not completely unexposed to English language. We do have exposure to English language. So when you attend English sessions, you do understand something, and that something is better than having nothing. So again, it is this leap of faith, because this time is full of miracles. This is the time of Qiyamah. And we were talking about in last Gujarati class only that Imam's miracles we have seen about languages. It depends on us and our piety and our Farman Bardari that he will give us this ability to understand different languages. We believe it will happen. If we believe, it will happen. But language plays another important part when we are teaching those who do not have any background, any understanding, like our youngsters today. I would say because they are so much exposed and only taught English, for them it would be probably very difficult. They have to work extra harder, because they have no exposure to Gujarati or Urdu. So yes, that's why majority of our sessions are in English, because English has become an important language, and we know that. But as soon as you come to learning in English sessions, you have to look into Arabic verses. You have to look at the Ginanic verses. So are we away from different languages? No. So if we are true, genuine seeker, do not make that as a limitation. That I see different language, I don't want to study it. No, we can study it. So that's what my take is when we deal with different languages. Because these time of blessing is here. So I totally believe that we do not make languages a limitations. But definitely it has to be step by step. And if we continue to push through our weaknesses, our not knowing things, and have faith, we will continue to learn more and more. And then Imam says, teach teach it to each other the way we studied. But those who completely have no knowledge and they start reading Arabic and think that they know, the humility has to be there. When we do not know, we accept we do not know, and we continue to learn. Otherwise, we may not understand. There is a saying in Gujarati, if I can remember it properly, "Arth no anan kari beso," right? That you will completely misunderstand what is taught to you. The way Imam says, "Ek no biju samji beso." So teaching was something else, and understanding became something else. So we definitely do not want that. And remember, these Jamaat did not have the level of education at that time the way our Jamaat today is educated. So we have to have all the factors in our mind. જેઓની ભાષા છે તેઓને અમે તેઓની ભાષામાં જ ઇલમ આપેલું છે. So very interestingly and powerfully, I would say that Imam says that those who know whatever language, we give knowledge in that language only. Now this superficially seems that Imam spoke in Gujarati, Imam spoke in English, so Imam is probably talking about his Faramin, because his Faramins are in English as well. Diamond Jubilee, Talika, or Farman is in English, and he gave it in English. But this is Gujarati, the way Imam was saying, it mixed Urdu, Gujarati, because Jamaat understood that kind of language. Um, but this line, we have to realize that Imam says that those who understand whatever language, I give them knowledge in that language. In our spirituality, we have seen this miracle historically, that whatever language they know, Imam teaches them in that language. In today's time, in the time of miracles, in the time of Qiyamah, if let's say our Jamati member who understands only Gujarati, and they are seeking this knowledge and they are walking in this path, they will be taught. Imam will come to their batin teaching them in Gujarati. And in recent past, we see Allama Sahib. His mother tongue was Brushiski, and he was taught in Brushiski. Imam guided him in Brushiski. So how did that happen? Not Gujarati, not Urdu, not English, Brushiski. Imam knows all the language. Wherever Jamaat lives, whatever language they speak, they think language is a limitation. Imam has no limitations. Imam will teach in the language of our mother tongue, whatever we understand. So in other words, we are saying today, if we elevate in our batin and we get blessed with a dream, and Imam comes, he will speak in our language. He will not speak in English if we don't understand English, because we see Hazrat Imam today only speaking in English. That doesn't mean that when he comes to our dreams and he teaches us something, he will only speak in English. So remember that Farman does not have one meaning. There are layers of meaning, and it requires us to reflect and understand. પંજે ભાઈઓ એ હંમેશા જાગરણ વખતે હાજર થવું જોઈએ. અમે તમારા સારા કામો કરવા માટે અહીં આવ્યા છીએ. Imam's hidayat is that we should not miss the time of Nurani time ibadat. And yes, we have talked about it, so we will not go into detail of that, the physical Jamaat Khana and everybody being able to reach to Jamaat Khana. Wherever you are, do not miss the time of Ibadat. That's the most important thing. Do not miss the time of Ibadat. You have to be Hazir. Imam is Hazir and Mawjood. You need to be Hazir, meaning awake and alert and doing Ibadat, not be lazy and sleeping. Imam again says that I have come here to help you, to make you elevated, to take you to salvation. Tamaro sudharo karwa mate, tamara sara kamo karwa mate, for to help you, to benefit you. I have come to this world. કપ્તાન તથા માલુમ આગબોટ ને દરિયામાં ચલાવે છે, તેમને રસ્તાની માહિતગીરી છે. તેઓ જાણે છે કે અહીં પાણી થોડો છે, અહીંયા પથરા છે, અહીંયા ડુંગર છે, અહીંયા રેતી છે, અહીંયા પાણી જાજુ છે, અહીંયા રસ્તો સાફ છે, અહીંયાથી ચાલીશ તો પાર ઉતરીશ. આ પ્રમાણે ઇમામ છે. Imam gives an example, allegory, very important. At that time, the ships which would take coal as a fuel, and they were called agboat, fireboat, because they would work, engine would work with fire. So Imam says that if you go into boat and the captain, he knows the ocean, and he has the knowledge of the direction, and he knows where the water is less, where water is more, where there are mountains, where there is sand, and how to navigate that boat and take you safely on the path to help you to reach to destination. Imam says similarly, I as Imam is doing that for you by teaching us. તેને દીનના રસ્તાની સઘળી માહિતગીરી છે. Imam, sometimes you wonder why Imam had to give this farman. Sometimes there are people in Jamaat who doubt Imam even. So Imam has to say these things, that the way the captain in the ship knows the direction and how to navigate the boat to safely take us to destination, Imam also is such who knows all about this Sirat-e-Mustaqim, and he has come for us to help us walk on this path, meaning to know where the water is more, where the water is less, where there is sand and where there is mountain, that we will hit the roadblock. All these meanings which these allegories Imam has given for the example of a captain of a boat, ship, we can realize that Imam is saying that to us, that Imam knows exactly where to seek knowledge from, where it seems water but it is less water, and where do we need to be going? More water. Where there is just sand, why would we choose sand instead of water? Because water, staying in the water, will make the boat move faster, and the job of the boat is to help us move faster. And then Imam says, where there is reti, or where there is more water, to navigate the boat, navigate the ship. All these are reflective points for us to realize that Imam teaches in a very miraculous way. He guides us in a very miraculous way. Yes, we have to physically learn the knowledge, but trust in his Mazharul Ajaib. He knows it. He's Alimul Ghaib. He has the knowledge of the batin. When he teaches us, he tells us things, and we follow with complete firm faith, we will reach to destination. That's what Imam is saying. અમે તમને સહેલા રાસ્તે પર ઉતારવા માટે આવ્યા છીએ. This is Imam's mercy, completely, totally his mercy. Imam says that I have come to this world to take you to the easier path. Can we imagine? Just reflect on that part. Do we find this path easy? Because we don't understand. That is why this path is difficult. When we don't understand, this path is very difficult to follow. His mercy is so much that we really don't understand his mercy. It is not difficult to walk on this path because he has made it easy for us. Then why do we find it so difficult to follow? તમારા દિલને પથ્થર જેવા કઠણ કરવાને આવ્યા નથી, પણ તમારા દિલને નરમ તથા ચોખ્ખા કરવાને આવ્યા છે. It is his mercy. He says that I have come to this world to take you from the path, from an easier route. He says that I have not come to this world to make your heart like rock, but to make your heart like soft and pure. That is why I have come to this world. તમે મગજનો ત્યાગ કરો છો અને છિલટા ખાઓ છો. તમે છિલટામાં ખાઓ, મગજ ખાઓ. Again, Imam is bringing the same allegory which he had given to us, that when you eat almond, you eat only the top part of it, which is sweet, but you don't eat what is inside, what is the reality, what is the essence, what is the mugs. We leave that. And Imam is telling us, eat that mugs. Mugs is tawil, mugs is wisdom, mugs is hakikat, mugs is marifat. I think I should stop here. I didn't even look at the time. And we'll probably finish this and start with the new Farman next class. What do you suggest, Kareem? We should end here. I didn't realize.
Ji Niamat sahib. Subhanallah, subhanallah. Wonderful session again. The whole Farman was all about Maulana Sultan Muhammad Shah telling us to learn the understand what we are reciting and the tawil of what we are reciting as such. And I can relate that back to Hazar Imam's Farman, where Hazrat Imam keeps on telling us that our religion is of the intellect. So really, I don't know how long it will take us to be able to understand that really recitation means a lot more than just verbal recitation, but actually understanding what we are saying and why we are saying it. Friends, if you have any questions or comments, please come forward. How much time do we have, Niamat Saiba?
Yeah, you can take 10, 15 minutes. Yeah, if friends have questions, sure.
Okay.
We may not even have questions because it was so reflective, Farman, right? It's not that we don't know these things, but we need to reflect. So probably more of reflections if we can share if we don't have questions.
There is a comment from Shainaz in the chat.
Excuse me.
It says, Mashallah, Mashallah, Mawla is a Jayajib. It's an example of an author when dire. If you follow the mothership, you will experience smooth waters. Miraculous smooth Sirat al-Mustaqim. If you go against the mothership, in bracket Molawapa, you will experience rough water. Yeah. Taklif and misunderstandings, yes.
So that's a reflection. Thank you for sharing.
Any other comments or reflections, thoughts? It seems not, Niamat Saiba. So yes, more reflection for us and to see how we can apply this to ourselves. Thank you, Niamat Saiba. Thank you, friends, for joining. And inshallah, we'll continue with the Farman next week. Thank you. Ya Ali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad, Ya Ali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad.
Thank
Ya Ali
you, and
Madad.
Yali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad, no? Ya Ali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Ya Ali Madad, Yasmin, Ya Ali Madad. Ya Ali Madad.
Yali Madad.
You need
Ya
to
Ali
learn
Madad. Thank
Yeah.
you.
your thoughts. Just the same way you select your clothes every day. This is a power